Okay, I have a little graduation speech that I wanted to read out loud. I wrote it on TinierMe, and I just wanted to read it out loud so that those of you who don't really want to read it can just listen to me. Now, it's a pretty lengthy speech, and I'll probably have a lot of verbal typos, but I think I can edit those out. Okay. Wow, I can't believe it's almost over. I wish I could have done a lot more in high school. I regret I didn't do a whole lot. Then again, a lot of us do. Those of you who are in high school now, I implore you, get out there and do as much as you can. You never know who you might meet, what awards you may get, or even what teachers you'll learn to love the most. Because once high school's over, you don't have the chance to go back and do things. You can certainly visit your favorite teachers, they love that by the way, but you won't be a student anymore. You'll just be a part of the community visiting the school again. This also applies to those of you who are going into high school whenever you do. They are the best years of your life. Don't take them for granted. Now it's time for the critical part. Those of you who skip, those of you who don't try your best, like myself, those of you who think drugs are A-okay and it's right to pressure others to do them, those of you who don't try to connect with your teachers and wonder why they're so cross with you, and those of you who think, she took my phone away, that's so unfair, need a reality check. Skipping classes. If you skip regularly to hang out with your friends, wander the halls, stay in the bathroom, need to get your acts together. They are the best years of your life. Even the consequences are nothing compared to the ones you may get outside of those walls. Go to those math classes and give your all on even the simplest problem. Go to that English class and burst out the best essay you've ever written. You want that honor roll to make you happy and to make your family happy. Be proud that you can go to school. Also, here's another little tidbit. If you don't go to work several times, you'll get fired. In college, they don't care if you skip. It's your money and they get paid the same. At least in high school, they care enough to call your parents and have an intervention. It is not comparable to prison, contrary to popular belief. Those of you who don't try your best. I was one of those students, and I'm pulling my hair out. I'm a lot smarter than my grades show, and I know that. I just hate doing the work, at least the hard stuff. I know throughout my school years, I failed probably close to half of my classes because I was lazy. Pure and simple. In college, I know I'm going to get a rude awakening. If technology is your problem, be it the computer, TV, phones, put them away for Christ's sake. Drugs. I'll be honest with you. Throughout my career in high school, I've met many students who do drugs, smoke, or drink regularly. Do you realize that your brain isn't even fully developed until you're 22 years old? Yeah, you know what that shit does to you? It stunts your mental growth. You are better than that. I don't care if you say, oh, marijuana has no negative effects on you. Yeah, in low doses. But if you do it every day for even just a week, you won't be fully developed until you're 30. You only live once. Do it responsibly. Those of you who pressure others into getting high or drinking, keep it to yourself at least. Don't pressure others, especially lower classmen, to do something that's 1, illegal, and 2, overall bad for you. If you pressure others into doing the same, you are a fester on the school. Just this year I've heard people say, you're a junior and you've never been high? What's wrong with you? Well, I say, what's wrong with you? You're treating it as a rite of passage. It isn't. I've heard 2 people say this. 1 junior and 1 super senior. And a super senior is someone who has to take another year. Not all are bad, but this one was in particular. So, please, if you do drugs or something, at least don't pressure people. I'd even respect it if you'd hide it a lot better, not parade it around pretending you're cool. Connect with your teachers. Your teachers are indeed your friends. Yes, even the crazy psychotic ones. If you actually try to be friends, your life will be a lot easier. I hear this works in college as well, actually even more so in college. But I digress. I've made several friends in my high school career, and no, it's not called being a teacher's pet. It's called stepping up and trying to befriend someone who is trying to give you knowledge. Though I'll admit my earlier statement was a bit off. One of our old art teachers only wanted to bash people's art and feel superior. And one of my friends knows that firsthand. Finally, he got fired, thank God. But, like I said, try to be friends with your teachers. Cell phones and other punishments. You know, looking back on it, the punishments you received on your phone or iPod or MP3 player were in fact justified. I have read diaries on TinierMe and real friends say, "Why'd you take my phone away? I didn't even have it out. God, teachers are so unfair." Actually, from a realistic and not selfish side, you were obviously covering your own ass by telling your friends you didn't have it out, when indeed you did. Also, here's a tip. If you need to get your phone out to grab something under it in your bag or purse, be honest with your teacher. Stay calm and say, "Oh, sorry, I was just moving it to get at my pencil." It's a lot better than arguing with them saying, "Oh my god, I didn't have it out." See? And if you do get your phone taken away for the class or even the day, you were rightfully punished. You need to learn, not text or play games. Grow up. Felt good to vent. My government teacher gave us a speech at the end of high school that made me burst into tears, actually. I would post some of it here, but he asked that none of the students copy it and put it on the internet. It was something personal he shared with all of us. He even had something specific to say to me and a few others in my class, but I'll tell you, it was the best speech I'd ever heard. Though the title was rather cliché. So, as I say, take care of yourselves. I recommend not going to keggers like half of my senior class seems to be doing. In 31 years of my high school has been around, there have been 2 deaths relating to drinking at senior keggers. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. Those 2 families were affected by either the kid themselves or someone who was drunk out of their mind and did something to affect the other person. Besides, by law, you are too young to drink alcohol in the United States. I don't care if your parents let you drink at home, which is permissible by law, but if you go out and drink at a party, you'll be affected in some way. At least wait until you're 21 unless given permission by the adult in the house. So now, on to graduation I go in a little bit. And thank you for listening to the audio part of my speech that was about 7 minutes long. But I know I had a lot of verbal typos in there, but you can probably forgive me for that.